So I got 10 sardines.
I got the fish you wanted, Pops.
So you did, so you did. Well then, here's a piece of advice for you.
2 days later.
Well, have your fishing fortunes improved?
I sure hope so. We've done nothing but fish for 2 whole days straight.
Your fishing skill has improved. Okay, well I guess I'm supposed to go to the Forest of the Myth right now. I did like 2 quests for now. Hey, are you the man with the red bag? No. Where's the dock? Man. Okay, well I guess I have to walk forward back. Hold on. Oh. He wants to be the bride. Okay.
Die, you little bastards!
Calm yourself. Haste will only lead you to making an ill-timed mistake. An unstable heart is the worst armor one can have.
No time for that, Vice. Gotta get to Yona.
Inventory limit you can't carry? Okay. To the Forest of the Myth we go. Is he even there? Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's you, eh?
The forest totally cursed him.
It appears something happened to the child when he entered the northern woods. I believe that area is more commonly known as the Forest of Myth.
You think there's actually a forest curse?
I will withhold judgment on such things. For now, we should visit the place and see for ourselves.
All right, to the Forest of Myth then.
Here!
Another day, another fight with the wife over some stupid little thing. Anyway, enough about me.
Hi, Mill. Hi, Kaine. Okay, well, I'm going to the forest to do it.
Ah, the home of that blasted dream.
Yeah,
Truly a nightmare I hope never to experience again.
I hear you.
Oh, hello. How are things? Hmm? You want to know if anything unusual is happening? Well, I have been feeling a rather strange presence whenever I visit the Divine Tree.
The Divine
what?
Tree.
It's a legendary tree that exists in the heart of our village.
Did you investigate the cause of this presence?
Not really, no.
And why not?
Well, we're not really supposed to go near the tree, except for prayer.
And why is that?
I don't know. It's just how things have always been.
Alright, where?
Weird.
Ooh.
Everything seems normal here.
We appear to have hit a dead end. Say, what is that on the ground?
Just some funny-looking berries.
Ah, poisonous ones, I'd wager.
Well, I'm sure not gonna eat them and find out.
What the fuck?
Why do we seem to encounter nothing but odd people lately?
You should talk, Vice.
Ha, as if Grimoire Weiss is capable of spouting such nonsense.
Hang on. I don't think it's done. Does that mean it'll tell us what we want to know? That'd be nice.
Oh my god. Black, pure darkness painted over everything. Words scattered here and there across the blackness. Kind words, difficult words, amorous words, all sparkling in the dark like jewels. The words were few now, but time was shorter. Grabbing the words in desperation, the tree turned to the sky. "This is wrong," whispered the tree, in the voice of the wind through the leaves. "This is not how it was supposed to be. The plan has failed." Once long ago, the tree had remembered everything about this world. This was its task, its function, its purpose. It shivered with something approaching joy as it collected the memories of mankind. This was no accident. Emotions were as much as a part of the tree as root and bark. Memories collected like dew on the thick green leaves of the tree. And once they had formed a web that spanned the entire world. Words collapsed into sunlight before passing through the leaves and into the pool of memory. From the pool, the words joined together to form colonies. The colonies united into whirlpools of light, and the light quest into stars. Each star was like a child of the tree, and it loved them all. Look at my memory. A child is here, brought low by disease. He is far too young to have suffered so. Then beyond words, the boy's skin is a shade paler than bleached sheets upon which he lies. His parents no longer visit him, for they cannot bear to watch him suffer. The doctors have long since surrendered his fate to the gods. The boy, too, has abandoned hope. Strange emotions, weariness, hatred, swell within the dark recesses of his young heart. He tries to reject the black terror that germinates in his body, but no amount of effort or tears can drive the invader away. He has long ceased to resent his parents and doctors. Once he did, but now his pain is so great that there is little room in his heart to think of others. Only one person brings the boy comfort, a healthy young girl with tan skin and deep green eyes. She is a beacon of brightness and light in the boy's world. Her very presence is a comfort to him, but he is unable to look upon her face. Whenever they meet, the boy is filled with loathing for his own state. Soon this loathing eats away at what joy he receives from the girl's visits. The girl will stop coming. He knows this. His very waking moment is spent in fear of this day. He thinks that if he could talk to her, if he could tell her of his feelings, this might be so. But this conversation never happens. The girl disappears. The boy dies alone. The tree scoops up this memory and carefully stores it within itself. Etched upon it is a single word, NB. Look at my memory. There's a female warrior. Her greatest enemy is the beast with red eyes that she could not fully comprehend. When she strikes it with her sword, it turns into a pillar of salt and dies. But when the white smoke clears, a new enemy rises, and another, and another. The warrior knows that her struggle is slowly, but fighting the unending stream of enemy fills her with a sense of joy and purpose. Somewhere deep in the warrior's drug-addled mind lies a vague memory of a daughter. Perhaps the child exists only in her head, the dying remnants of a powerful dream she does not know. Her friends and fellow warriors come and go. Some flee in terror, some are eaten. She began the fight with 23 companions, but most are gone now. The warrior's body shudders. She does not understand why at first. By the time she hears the fierce, low sound, the arena is already enclosed in darkness. Looking up, the warrior sees a beast so large that it blots out the sky. She is laughing. She has been doing so far as long as she can remember. Covered in blood and dirt, the warriors laugh. She laughs and laughs until the town that contains her daughter collapses into a pile of dust. This memory has been stored for a long time. It is etched with a single word: loss. Look at my memory. A red dragon falls from the heavens. Ah, that memory has been lost. A shame. It was a favorite one of mine. After many centuries of existence, the tree saw that it was carefully labeled. Memories were beginning to dwindle. Once seemingly infinite, the memories now seemed ready to disappear forever. The tree did not feel sadness at this. Grief was an emotion beyond its comprehension. It did, however, have the distinct feeling that something was missing. The mountain of memories it had so carefully assembled had disappeared. The tree stretched its branches as far as it could, but new memories refused to flow. The pool of memories was a black, empty pit, a hollow place where life had once flourished. The tree had lost its purpose. There was nothing to be done but sift through the remaining memories littering the ground under its branches. This is why the tree was pleased when the young man and his companion entered the room. NieR. Well, This place is gloomy as hell. The room NieR had entered was also almost completely empty. All he could see were a few crystals scattered haphazardly on the ground. Picking up one of the crystals and peering into it, NieR suddenly saw a familiar sight. It was the Forest of Myth. Its villagers prisoners of their own dreams. I apologize, the tree thought. The tree thought, that is all that it remains. As NieR stared at the jewel, bewildered, a voice suddenly called out from the depths of his mind. The voice implored them to listen. It was an order. Following it was mandatory. Abruptly, the pair realized that they must listen. They must listen. Vice, look there! A small, shadowy presence appeared from beneath the floor. It appeared to be a shade. The shade grasped several jewels in its hand. More jewels tumbled out of its mouth like shards of broken teeth. Sights and sounds tinkling from each one before vanishing forever. The creature was abusing the memories, treating the precious objects like a collection of cheap playroom toys. Shades appeared to be consuming the memories. These things eat memories? The tree extended a branch over to NieR. Without a second thought, NieR brought his blade down onto the shade, tearing its stomach wide. Jewels burst from the shade and poured across the chamber floor. Look, thought the tree. There was a conviction memory I had lost, and a satisfaction, and many others as well. Yes, this is good. The tree opened its mouth and attempted to speak, but no sound emerged. A millennium of silence and solitude had caused the tree to forget certain things, but rather than be upset, it greeted the development of with good tree. Focusing all its power on the riddle of its speech, the tree formed a kind of makeshift vocal cord and tried again. Ahem. I implore. It spat out a glimmering green jewel. One more time. I implore you. There we are. What was the color of the lost envy? Oh! What was it? Oh my god, I don't remember. I think it was blue. But just to be safe, I'm gonna search it up, because, you know. I think it's blue. Oh, it's green. It spoke. The shade has intelligence and motion. Who cares? NieR brushed Vice's comment aside as his sword sliced through the shade's right arm. The shade extended its remaining arm to NieR. I must touch him. I must make contact. The moment its fingers brushed against NieR, the tree felt a warm sensation and began to burn. Something hot coursed through its fingers, up its arms, and out its entire body. It was an emotion, more than an entity had felt in centuries. The tree cried out in surprise and joy. 1,000 years alone, 1,000 years in quiet contemplation, the tree felt like it was going to break apart. For long centuries, the tree had been alone, its heart sealed with heavy chains, but no more. New powerful emotions began to take hold, causing its heart to lighten. This was more than a simple emotion it had been designed to feel. It was the beginning of a soul, and the young man was the key. This was the promise made long ago. This was how it would be released. The tree's stomach began to throb in pain, and a new and unpleasant sensation. But the time was not right yet. I implore you, how many were lost by the warrior who fought with the red ibis? This one, I believe. I think it was that one. Let me search it up. think it was this one. Okay, riddle time is over. I'm gonna kill this stupid shade once and for all. Something round and shiny fell from the open stomach and clattered to the floor. The key, cried the book. Secure the key. The man's sword slowed. Time began to dilate around them, stretching and slowing. Time is essential. The next word must be heard. The words exploded. It became difficult to discern their meaning. Their pool of memories began to crack as infinite blackness burned its way into the walls. Vice, this world is falling apart. How can a world of letters? I implore. Most important thing, world. Yona, right? I think it's the third one. I'm gonna answer this one. Yona? Did I get it wrong? I don't think so. The light was complete. The memories disappeared. The tree's identity began to dissolve. As the later slowly faded, NieR was drawn back to the real world, and the tree was satisfied. Oh, I did it! I think.
What in the... I never realized shades were capable of rational thought.
I don't care if they can tap dance and play the fiddle. I just want to kill him without all this hassle.
With the tree defeated, we no longer have to worry about being buried in its world of letters. Unless, of course, time itself begins to rewind.
Yeah! I did it. Why did he stop? Go speak with Popola.
Popola's found some information about the Shadow Lord. Let's drop by the village.
Very well.
Yeah, I did that. I'm just too good. Oh, hi, Kaine. I didn't know you waited right here.
You guys solved the mystery yet?
No, we got nothing.
Too bad. Hey, what's with those berries?
What, these? We picked them up over by that huge tree. I thought maybe...
Gimme. I'm starving.
Are you mad? Those berries are clearly poisonous. Even one such as you can't hope to...
Damn, these are delicious. Give me more.
Well, in that case, I suppose I should try one.
NieR!
I think Vice was right about those berries. Feels like somebody stabbed me in the gut.
Hey, what's wrong? Oh no, don't tell me you ate one of those berries. For the love of trees, those things are deadly. Quick, take this antidote before you perish.
Thank you, sir. 5 minutes later.
Thought I was a goner there.
Are you an idiot? Didn't you see the lumps? The unusual colors? Only a child would attempt to eat something like that.
A child? Oh crap, I bet that kid ate one of these berries.
Yes, quite possibly. And if the poison is this painful for you, I can only imagine what it would do to a small child.
Hey, Kaine, did you take the antidote?
Don't need it. God, those berries were amazing.
The truly amazing thing is that your stomach is fouler than your taste in clothing.
Oh my
If
god.
you had genitals, I would so chop them off right now.
Ah! So I could give that antidote to that kid.
Ugh, this poison sucks. Still can't feel my arms and legs.
I feel great.
Man, you must have a cast iron stomach, Kaine.
The hussy's internal organs are as filthy as her mouth.
Why do you have to be such a shithead all the time, Buck?
Oh my god. Okay, come on guys. Let me get on. Motherfucker. Oh my god, you guys would knock me off too. Cover me, cover me. Okay. Who's the mother of that kid? Oh, okay, now I remember.
Ma'am, I think your child ate a poison berry. If you give him this antidote, he should recover.
Oh, thank you. I'll have him take it right away.
Glad to hear it.
And perhaps remind him not to eat foodstuffs he finds on the ground.
Yeah, I got a lot of money. Okay. Well, let's go talk to Popola.
Learned anything new about the Shadow Lord's key, Popola?
You know, I was just going to talk to you about that. You remember the Eyrie, right?
Yeah.
That depressing shell of a village?
Not so much anymore, it sounds like. I just got this letter from the village chief. Have a look.
From the office of the chief of the area to Popola. My greetings to you and your village. I hope everything's going well. Our village has shut itself away from the world for far too many years. And we decided, therefore, it's time to decide to... It's just therefore decided it's time to change our ways. As a part of this endeavor, we have resolved to establish shop within the village. It is open now for business, and I look forward to seeing many customers from all over the world. With regards to the sacrifice keyword you wrote about, one of our villagers claimed to know the meaning behind the term. You are more welcome to speak with him on the matter as part of your visit on the area. I hope to hear again from you soon.
Sacrifice? Isn't that the name of one of the key fragments?
That's right. I've been trading notes with leaders from every town in the land.
You're amazing, Popola.
This entire affair strikes me as a bit too convenient.
I'm afraid Grimoire Weiss is correct.
What do you mean?
The area has been shut off from the world for years. And now they've not only opened trade routes, but they freely exchange information about the Shadow Lord.
I agree. It seems rather unnatural. And dangerous.
You're overthinking it. Besides, I don't care if it's dangerous. I won't get Yona back by just sitting around and waiting.
Oh my god, NieR.
If there are shades there, I'll just kill him and be done with it.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Well, if that's the way you feel, I guess I won't stop you. Try speaking with the chief when you get there.
Alright. I think I'm gonna get off for tonight, I guess. Oh, my ear. Today's devil has said that Kaine is put together in all the right places. I don't know what all that means, but I want to be like that when I grow up. Ah! Put together in all the right places.
Eerie, huh? Alright, let's go see the chief.
What a soul-crushing place.
Well, I might get on later. I don't know. Anyways, peace out. Peace out.